Thank you, Mr President. I seek leave to make a brief explanation before addressing a question without notice to the Minister for Regional Development on the topic of the Hahndorf bypass.
Is leave granted? Leave is granted. Order.
The 2021 Hahndorf Strategic Planning Study, commissioned by the state and federal governments, found that the lack of connectivity to and from the South Eastern Freeway is causing additional traffic and freight in the township, primarily due to there being no convenient alternative route between the east, Mount Barker, and the north, Ballyana Woodside, without travelling through the main streets, Balhana, without travelling through the main street of Hahndorf. There being no convenient alternative route between the South Echunga and the West Adelaide or East Murray Bridge without travelling through the main street of Hahndorf. The study also found that the current traffic on the Hahndorf main street, Mount Barker Road, is limiting the economy, function and amenity of the township. There are approximately 11,000 vehicles, including 480 heavy vehicles per day on the main street and a very high number of pedestrians. In response to 3 options released for public consultation by the department to resolve the issue, the Hahndorf community canvassed their own option to reduce impact, which involved much less property acquisition and footprint. The option involved creating a bypass between Echunga Road and the South Eastern Freeway with a half interchange, not the full interchange, with a road running through the Bierenberg farm put forward by the previous Marshall government. The Malinowskis government has instead decided to completely scrap the bypass project, diverting all heavy traffic along Strathalbyn and River Roads. My questions to the Minister therefore are, is the Minister for Regional Development concerned about the lack of consultation with people living in the region of the Adelaide Hills regarding the government's decision to divert heavy freight traffic along Rither and Strathalbyn roads? And why isn't the government listening to the community and proceeding with its preferred option of a half interchange?
Minister for Primary Industries and Regional Development.
Thank you, Mr President, and I thank the honourable member for his question. I think it's interesting that there's those opposite are shouting out and heckling while the member was asking his question. When you see what the difference, the flip-flopping and the changes between those opposite have been in terms of what they have supported and then what they have changed in terms of their support, and now they are happy to try and score political points over what they're currently doing. I mean, it's really quite interesting when we look at some of the history as to what the opposition has proposed in regards to this. On the 29th of April 2021, then Transport Minister Corey Wingard said a full interchange at River Road, a half interchange at River Road is one of the options, and a full interchange at Verdun. So there's 3 options the community will be able to look over and see which ones they think will work best for them. And then Vincent Tarzia.
Order. Yeah, I can't hear it. Order. Order. Order.
And then,
order.
And then Vincent Tarzia on the 4th of April this year.
Sit down. Now look, I can't hear the Minister. To be fair, she's actually under some difficulty with her voice today, so I would like to be able to hear her, and I would like some silence while she's trying to answer the question. Minister.
Thank you, Mr President. And then on the 4th of April this year, Vincent Tarzia, Shadow Transport Minister, said, "The government has just got to listen to locals because at the end of the day, there's no point really doing anything unless you take those trucks that don't need to be there from the main street of Hahndorf." Interesting. Sounds like what's actually been proposed. We've all been there on a Sunday afternoon, David. We know what it's like. It's bedlam. It's dangerous at the moment, and so we're not going to stop. So it seems that those opposite don't actually know how to communicate with each other. They've been at odds. And then in terms of their solutions, those opposite don't seem to have one. However, in terms of any further information, happy to refer those further questions to the relevant minister in the other place.
I'll listen to it then on Mr Sims, but it's got to arise from the original answer.
Well, the minister spoke a lot about the record of the previous government, but why isn't the Labor government listening to the community and proceeding with its preferred option of a half interchange?
Questions to the minister in the other place.
No, she said she's going to refer it.